tonight's going to be, who is a toxic man or woman? What are the traits? And then we need to get into the intuition. I'll do that on the next video, and how important our gut instinct and our intuition are in sparing us and saving us from getting involved with that kind of a person. Because early on, you're not going to see these traits. They're going to be the total opposite. So that's what I'm going to go over. I have this awesome book. I have a lot of awesome books with a lot of great information. So you're not going to see that early on. Early on, they're going to be wonderful, charming. You're going to think you met the best person. This goes both ways, men and women. Are there good people out there? Of course there are. Absolutely. And that's what this video is about. You don't want to invest your time and get involved with people like that, like I had done. Past tense. Alright, you had to learn. That's why I've done a lot of research. That's why I know a lot. Because I had to figure out what I was doing wrong and why that happened to me. So, tons of research, tons of books, tons of reading. That's how I learned. Okay? So, that's what I'm sharing with you tonight. Okay, so, before I start this, I want you to remember that these particular traits you won't see in your partner early on. Guys, whether it's a girl or girls, a guy, you won't see these traits early. Not when they're love bombing you and trying to get in, okay? It's later, after the relationship is established. They know they have you. They know you love them. You're connected, okay? So these are the traits as you're in the relationship that start coming out. And you want to look at them and see if your partner or people you've been with have ever done these things. But really take heart to it, okay? Because I'm here to try to help you, because I had to try to help myself. So I don't keep repeating past things that I did wrong. And I've learned a lot, okay? From all my books and research. So the first group is sadistic behavior. Now, this book is all going to use the he word, but just so you know, I'm not focusing on guys, it's for both, okay? But it says he here. Sadistic behavior. Number 1, does he say mean or cruel things, followed by the words, I'm only kidding? 2, does he laugh at you when something bad happens or you're upset? 3, does he make sarcastic comments? 4, does he seem to enjoy saying things to embarrass or upset you? 5, does he make jokes at your expense? 6, does he seem to enjoy belittling you or putting others down? And remember, joking is great. I love joking. I love humor. But it's not at somebody else's expense. It's totally different. All right, next group is, the category is manipulative behavior in them. So here's what that is. Number 1, does he turn things around verbally, making things your fault? 2, does he withhold affection or sex if you don't do what he wants or as a form of punishment? 3, does he have financial troubles, often asking you for money? Remember, this is for ladies, guys. 4, does he insist you did or said something you never did or said, implying that there is something wrong with your memory when there isn't? They do that. 5, does he attempt to secretly sabotage you? I would know that one. 6, does he often contradict himself in the same sentence? 7, does he instigate trouble, fights, or problems? Oh, that's for sure. I'm being silly, but no. I mean, that's for sure. All right? Does he... You have to laugh at something, don't you? Does he fan the fires, making things worse? And number 9, does he seem to manipulate you and others with schemes or big ideas? These bring back memories, that's for sure. I'm gonna get a drink. On to the next list. Again, I don't dwell on it, but it's good to remember these things so that you don't do it again, okay? It's not because you're holding anger. You don't want to hold anger to these people. Release it, let it go, because when you hold anger towards people, you're only hurting yourself. If you can look at it like that, you're hurting yourself. It's going to come out in you in ugly ways. That's why you want to release your anger, release your bitterness towards them, okay? They'll get theirs. They always do, honestly. So, next group is dishonest behavior. 1, have you caught him in lies? 2, does he often stretch the truth? 3, does he withhold or gloss over important information? 4, does he have questionable business practices that could impact you? 5, has he taken money from you without your permission? 6, does he have late nights or unaccounted for absences indicative of a secret life? And number 7, has he cheated on you more than once? On to the next group. Let me say, for someone to be toxic, they don't have to have every single one of these traits, but they will have a lot of them. Like they could have a lot in the some in the sadistic category, but not all. Some definitely in the manipulative category, some in the dishonest, but they don't have to have every single one, okay? But these are toxic traits. Put it all together. You don't want to be with somebody like that. Okay, next group, selfish behavior. Number 1, does he rarely go out of his way for you, except when it's convenient for him? But when they're pursuing, or she is pursuing you guys, they go way out of their way for you. Remember? That's when they're trying to love bomb you. They go way out of the way. But once you're in it, that stops. Okay? So this is what we're going on here. 2, does he rarely treat you as a priority, but rather as an afterthought? 3, is he absent or full of excuses, not being there when you need him? 4, does he constantly talk about himself, not giving your issues much attention? 5, do his needs come first? 6, does he refuse to change? Unhygienic or slovenly? I'll look that one up. I don't know what slovenly means. Behaviors that turn you off. Oh, okay. Okay, I get the gist. And 7, does he rarely spend money on you or buy you gifts? Watch that one, because those people, when you're in the relationship with you, they do love bomb you gifts also. But as you're in it with toxic people, and when they think you're onto their stuff, then they'll buy you gifts. It's to manipulate you, so then that's under the manipulative category. But they don't buy gifts out of the goodness ever of their heart. It's never out of the goodness of their heart. There's always a string attached to the gift. Manipulative, controlling, punishment, okay? But they don't do it out of love. So that's what that's talking about. All right. I'll tell you what. I'm going to take a moment, and then we're going on to the next few groups. But now you can see why all this stuff you can't do in one video. So I'll be right back. Okay, so here we go on to the next group. Non-communicative behavior. Number 1, does he often, or she, remember, give you the silent treatment when they're upset? 2 is getting him to open up, like pulling teeth. 3, is he distant, cold, aloof, or lacking emotion so that it's difficult to know his feelings? Well, isn't that the truth? 4, do you have a hard time getting a hold of him or knowing his whereabouts? 5, is he evasive about his business or what he does? 6, does he ignore your requests for information? So, like, I'll give you an example here. Out of that group, people I was with, probably 4 of them out of 6. Okay, I didn't always get the. Do you have a hard time getting a hold of him or knowing his whereabouts? I'm not all about knowing about everybody's whereabouts. I'm not like controlling that way myself. So, but you know, I don't have to know what they're doing every second. I'm not the type of person myself. So, but anyway, I never had that. But still, they're toxic. Okay, they don't. So again, they don't have to have every single one. All right, next group, critical and judgmental behavior. 1, does he put down friends or family members? 2, does he constantly criticize your looks, age, weight, or behavior? 3, does he always tell you what you're doing wrong? Yeah, boy, is that one. Always telling you what you do wrong. Criticize, criticize, criticize. I never do that. That's what toxic people do. Alright. 4, does he cut down his ex or speak ill of women in his life? And vice versa for you guys, women doing that, of course. 5, is he critical of women in general, including their looks? Same thing, are women critical of men in general? 6, does he negate or contradict much of what you say? 7, does he relish cutting people down? And number 8, does he always doubt everybody? Alright, angry behavior. 1, does he have unresolved issues with his mother or female relatives? 2, is he cruel or mean-spirited? 3, does he have a chip on his shoulder, always angry at someone? 4, does he often speak to you in a hostile, aggressive tones? 5, does he often speak in tones sounding like he's annoyed by you? 6, does he often talk down to you? 7, does he yell or curse at you? 8, does he yell or is he condescending to service people or subordinates? 9, does he make unfounded accusations? Yeah, they'll blame you, accuse you of something that are unfounded. 10, does his temper suddenly explode for little or no reason? 11, has he ever pushed or shoved you? 12, does he insist on getting his way and he is hostile to you if he doesn't get it? 13, has he ever hit you or been physically abusive? 14, does he ever shove his fist through the wall or break things when upset? Tell you about that in a moment. Does he keep everything in, suddenly exploding in a torrent of anger at you? 16, does he give you physical jabs or slaps saying they are love taps? So, I'll just say, I've never been with anyone that was physically abusive. Hey, maybe that's because I wasn't with them long enough because I left it. You know, sometimes physical abuse can come on years later. Say you're married, it can come on years later. So I'll just say my first husband, which was a huge mistake, he was not physical abusive, but he would have been. I left him after 4.5 years. I might have said that in the other video. But he was this one, so he would have been. He was a lot of this stuff, and so were others. But where's the part? when they break things. Okay. 14. Does he ever shove his fist through the wall or break things when upset? He might not have shoved his fist through the wall, but he broke things every time he was upset. And that instills fear in you. Not good. Okay? So, okay. We did the embarrassing and shaming. No, did we do? Okay, I don't think we did that. So, I'll do that on the next video clip. My gosh, is this list long. So, look at all this stuff. Forgot about all this stuff. Okay, next group is embarrassing or shaming behavior. That's the group. 1. Does he cut you down or tell you what you're doing wrong in front of others? That's why it's embarrassing and shaming. 2. Does he shout or yell at you in public? 3. Does he share your personal issues with friends, family, or strangers? 4. Is he so loud, boisterous, or obnoxious he often embarrasses you? 5. Does he talk down to you or talk at you in front of others? 6. Does he try to intimidate with his knowledge, position, or money? 7. Does he dismiss or minimize your feelings, ideas, or requests? 8. Is he overly charming to others? Of course, he was to you when he started. While taking you for granted. 9. Does he speak to strangers more politely than he speaks to you? Yeah. And 10. Does he call you dumb or stupid? 11. Does he shift back and forth from being nice to mean? And that one is really important. Let me finish the list. 12. Does he have uncontrollable temper outbursts? 13. Are you embarrassed by his drinking or drugging behavior? So 14. That's very important because they all do that. Shift back and forth from being nice to mean. And that is to manipulate you, to get you to think that they're changing. Because you're like happy, then after they've been mean, you're very happy when they're nice again. You're like, oh yes, there'll be a little period that they'll be very nice again. And it makes you think, but I know better now, makes you think they're changing. They're not. It's just a manipulative ploy. It goes back and forth and it will never end. If you do any of these things in the book, it never will stop. Sweet mean cycle. That's what it's called. Alright. Oh, we almost done with this section? Okay. Controlling behavior. Does he try to keep you away from friends or family members? 2. Does he always seem to tell you what to do or say or how to dress or act? 3. Does he demand sex from you when you aren't into it? 4. Does he make you do things you don't feel comfortable doing? 5. Does everything always have to be his way? Yeah, how do I love that? 6. Does he lecture or talk at you, paying little attention to your response? 7. Does he not let you get a word in edgewise, interrupting or talking over you? Talking over you. 8. Does he get involved in your business when he's not welcome to do so? Yeah. Not all of them. They're all a little different. It mixed up. I've had different relationships, did this and that, so they're all a little different, but they'll all be these things on the list. 9. Does he try to convert you to his fanatical way of thinking? 10. Is he stingy with money or affection? All different. But yeah, they care about themselves, not you. But early on, love bombing, there'll be none of those things. There'll be tons of affection. They won't be stingy at all. That's why then later, the next video, I'm doing the gut. You have to learn to trust the gut, because that's what gets you not into these things, and you need to listen to it. Last one here, jealous behavior. 1, is he competitive? Trying to top you with one-upmanship. Oh my gosh, yes. Competitive, and you do not compete with your love interest. That's a no. 2, does he purposely flaunt other women at you? Oh yeah, to try to make you feel insecure. And guys, same with you. And women, they'll try to make you feel insecure by flirting with another guy right in front of you. Same thing. 3, is he intimidated by your profession? Or does he belittle your job? Yeah, because they don't want you to be successful. You got it. 4, is he wrong with his accusations about you? You bet. All of them are wrong. You got it. So anyway, that's plenty on this video. So, sorry, I was getting a little charged by it all because, yeah, it brings back some memories of these people I don't want to be with. And again, it's normal. I'm not angry, but it's normal to jolt you a little and remind you a little. I'm doing it to help you. Because we're not going to be doing that anymore, okay? And on a positive note to end this, there are great guys out there, and guys, there are great women out there, girls out there. There are, and I know that. It's just a matter of finding them. Not everybody's toxic, not all guys are bad, and not all women are bad. But you gotta learn to see the signs and take heed to them so you don't get into those things. Because once you're in there, you're in there. And then it's harder to get out. I know, I had it. Whether you want to get out or not, it's still very traumatic, okay? So, I hope this helped you. Please leave comments below. Next one will be on more on gut intuition, but I have tons of information. So anyway, till next time, I will see you.